Hello everybody, welcome to my video. I'm making a video for playing PLO as a beginner, and yeah, I just want to let you see how someone plays that doesn't play PLO much. Uh, I've been coming. I've played PLO before or No Limit Hold'em, but I've been going hard on PLO for the last 3 weeks. So I'm curious to hear what your opinions on my play is. See if you find some. Maybe you can help me find some very obvious spots I need to work on. That would be lovely. Otherwise, you can just enjoy. See, see how I'm struggling here. I am gonna play short stacked. I think that is quite nice to start short stacked instead of full stack because there's just way less decisions. It's more about playing pre-flop well than playing like trying to set up like river bets, etc. Using position is less relevant. So I'm happy to play around 50 BBs to start. Also, you can play a little bit tighter, or you should play a little bit tighter according to the solver, so that's also quite nice. Here with this other guy calling here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and fold. This could be a call. Well, yeah, I think it's good enough for a call actually. All right, so here we have a flush draw with a straight draw, weak straight draw. I think this isn't weak enough to bet fold. I think we have to check call here, but we don't want to bet and then get raised. I think that would be pretty disastrous. But I think check calling here is fine. On this turn, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if there's anything else that came in now. Queen Jack still the nuts, so see what he does. Checks it back. Now it's the question, do we want to bluff it? I think yes, absolutely. We do want to bluff it. Just gonna pot it here. I think that's pretty nice. I think if he had like a set or some stuff like this, he can. Okay, that's fine. He can then fold the river after checking the turn. Oh, he checked back a straight on that turn. So I guess well played by him. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, I think here clear call. Want to defend a lot on the big blind. I think here we have a backdoor. Oh, I thought we had a jack. Oh, it's gonna fold. We have nothing. I still have to get used to all these doing a hand read basically. All right, let's have a look. Okay, this is quite nice to spike a flop here. I'm not sure if this is supposed to 3-bet in a small blind. I know that the small blind especially on this is weak enough to bet fold. No, I don't think so. No, we give a backdoor straighter as well. I think the 3-bets are usually with more disconnected kind of hands. I think this probably Probably. This is close. We have idiot end on the straight, and we have this guy behind. I think I'm actually gonna. We do have the pair though, but pair's kind of useless. I'm just gonna fold. But this is close, I would say, because we have the idiot end on the both pair and the and the straight, and only one small backdoor flush draw. I think that would be alright to fold. But yeah, curious as to hear if that's correct or not. All right, just gonna fold here. Obviously fold. I think this is also too weak to do anything with. Again, too weak. This is too weak. You do have to be a little bit tighter if you're playing short stack, like I mentioned before. Especially on the bottom, because it's harder to use your positional advantage. This is of course quite nice for defending here, but we get it through. I think this is a great hand to 3-bet. You can either limp re-raise or raise. Re-raise, I guess. But are probably fine. And this time just raise it. But the solver also likes to limp re-raise. In the small blind. Here, aces, also short stack, are just always a 3-bet, so it's pretty easy to play. And almost all ace king kings are also let's see, we have some block with blockers. I do like to small bet here, but I don't think it matters much. I think on this, yeah, probably always a small bet on this board, to be honest, with no range. All right, so this is decent kings. I'm gonna open this. Probably have to fold against a 3-bet, but we'll see. Getting call probably a weaker player, and another call. And this is, I think, a check fold. 4-way. And depending on the sizing, of course. Okay. Let's see. Do we have give the 5 blocker here? This is close. I think it could be a check call now, because now have the straights. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we don't have a straight blocker. So easy check. See what we got here. A set of jacks with a flush draw. Wow, that is played way passively. Holy moly. That surprised me. I think you would have bet one on a street there, but apparently not. This is, I think, good enough to defend, by the way. Double suited, but 2 hold'em hands not very good, but jacks and 7 is somewhat a little bit connected at least. Yeah, okay. That is probably fine. Ace king king, obviously a good hand, especially to 3-bets. So we shall go ahead and 3-bet it. Cold call from the, okay. 5-4 obviously got there. I think this is nuts. With a straight on the board, I think this is probably a range check here. And if they both go all in, then I'm gonna go ahead and fold. If only one player goes all in, I'll probably go ahead and go with it. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna go with this, obviously. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Yeah, decent. That's about the equity we needed. Okay. Very well. Yeah, auto rebuys to 50. I'm happy that I set it up correctly. All right, let's start erasing this. Top two without any, well, with the backdoor straight draw. I think that is almost always a bet. So let's go ahead and bet it. And we get a fold. I'm actually playing on my like free money I got from like rakeback or stuff like this. So if I'm only having, I think one stack remaining, so I might might have to quit this one early. We'll see. I think against the min racer we should defend this. We have an open ender, not to the nuts, and a jack. Interesting. I think, I don't know how often we should dunk this board, to be honest. I haven't studied it, but I think this is good enough for a check call, I guess. On the 7, still good enough to check call, I would say, right? Yeah, definitely. With the open ender there, so. Now, interesting. The only thing we might be able to bet out is a jack, but I don't think we should. That's just a little bit too weak. Okay, you just played it passively, fine. Yep. All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can off screen do a little bit here. Maybe do a cheeky deposit here. Yeah, there you go. This should work. All right, let's get this in. Let's see here. Well, the minor fold there. Yes, it's always aces, of course it is. That's what he's thinking about. We'll see. Oh, he still wants to go with it. Sure, mate. Hopefully we can win this one. Well, maybe he wants to run it twice, who knows. Let's see if we can deposit here quickly. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see, this is not the one. Oh, apparently we still had a stack left. That's lucky. Okay, so okay, it's gonna go full bit here. See if we can add a bank here. That's good. Maybe this one. All right, I think here this is a nice hand to 3-bet. See what he does. Calls it bottom 2 with flush draw, backup, and a guts. Yeah, this is just a little bit too much to not bet this, I think. About the sizing, I think half pot sets up, 3/4 sets up a shove pretty well, so I'll go 3/4 here. He folds. All right, fair enough. Okay, maybe you can deposit using this thing. King 10 7 7, close, I would say. That's probably not an open. Let's see what on this one. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. King, king, 7 deuce. I think that is a. It can't be a 3-bet, I think. So it's going to be only a call. It's a very weak king, so it might not be even a call. So I think it's a fold then. Maybe I'm wrong with it. I have to check that out. Check that one. But okay. Okay, in the meantime, I think we deposited some extra money. So we're good to go, I guess. Yes, all right. That's lucky. $58. Huh. I think here limping behind could be pretty good. Perfect setup to is this gonna be a limp re-raise? No. Limp call. Alright, sure. Take that. This guy marked as a nittier player. He just doesn't want a 3-bet or 4-bet or anything. I have an easy fold here. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. So 10 big blinds. Assuming you want to limp here a lot. If everybody folds, this is a 3-bet. That's a interesting question. It's like 10 already in the pot. Probably this hand's so weak though. Alright. Okay, let's see. This is too weak. Maybe 100 BBs it would be alright. Here, there's probably a limp calls, I would imagine. This is probably just a fold here, a little bit too weak. Maybe it can call here. Yeah, I'll call here because he's shorter stacked. Can we fold this? Can we fold it? Oh shit! I accidentally wasted the big blind there. Can we call this with 2 outs or 5 outs? Yeah, I think I think we can call this. And then fold the turn. Yeah, that sounds fair. That sounds fair. Maybe that's too loose. Yeah, I accidentally misclicked. That's my bad. It's greedy bastards and GG poker, man. Well, actually, it gets deposited to the table, so they're not the greedy bastards, but they're just they don't want they want the players to go fast, I guess. Oh, fine. This is a raise fold, I think. And sidecars are so terrible. Here, usually check, but I think sometimes betting here is also fine. I'll go for a bet this time. I'm not sure about that. Now I think without any backup, you want to go ahead and check this hand. But not folding, obviously. Now, let's see. This is interesting. I think I'm just gonna bet it here. Could go either way, I guess. I think half pot is fine. I have probably some busted stuff, or I can go ahead and bet here. He folds, which is fair. Ace, king, jack. That's gotta be a defend here, right? Gotta be a defend. Definitely against one big blind, obviously. Okay, interesting. I think this checks, of course, a ton. I think a range check probably. And then it check calls probably one street and probably gives up on the turn or something. That's probably fine. That's pretty small though, so we'll see what we can do on the turn here. Even no extra stuff going on, so just a naked ace king. That's probably pretty bad. Against this sizing, I feel I'm getting reeled in, but that's probably fine to call another bet here. But it's probably throwing away money, but and now this is interesting because now if he had a draw, everything missed, and I don't block his draws except the jack here. Close one. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's probably reeling me in, but fine, fine. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's nice. But yeah, the river is... That 9 was actually pretty helpful on the river. Yeah, I think that was played fine, right? But what if he would have potted turn? It'd probably be a fold, I would say. I'm curious to hear you guys' opinions on this. It was without any backup. It's probably not wise to start calling down with ace king there. Especially when the rivers can be... There's a lot of shitty rivers. Okay. Alright, let's see how long we have been going here. It's 24 minutes, so we can go for probably 10 more minutes and then call it. Here with three-way. I don't want to bluff too much on this dynamic board. Double gutshot now. Could turn this into a bluff, but again, that board's just too dynamic. I think, especially with a weaker, probably weaker player, they're just not gonna fold too much. I think so. Quite happy checking this down. Let's see. And he had a straight. Yeah, fine. And he just called. Did he just call there with aces? Overcall with just aces? What? Why? It even has a suit. I don't understand that. If I was playing these stakes a lot, I'll probably make a note of that actually. That is crazy. Wow, aces and jacks. Oh man, I love PLO, man. Look at these beautiful hands. It's just amazing. So shiny. I mean, how can you resist this, man? It's impossible. 3-bet. You bastard. 3-bets. What are you doing? Okay, so here I think usually would be a check and sometimes bet it, I guess. I think this is just, yeah, I think a check is best here. It's somewhat dynamic, a little bit. Here, up. Because I have the jacks as well, I'll probably have to call this. Yeah. Without the jacks, I probably just fold, I guess. But it's just a little bit too much chance to still win this hand. And now I think this is just a fold. All his blockers, he would maybe bluff there on the turn, got there, unless you just randomly betting any two. This, yeah. I think that board doesn't hit him too well. I think this is more of a limp call, I guess. Yeah, limp call. A limp fold could also be okay. I guess with three suit of 5, 6. Still only 2 gaps. I guess I'll have to peel here. Open ender with a very terrible backdoor. I think that is a. Well, I have one blocker to that. I think here I like a bet fold. Yeah. And I would bet it probably 75 with a flush, so I'm gonna go with that. It's just terrible, absolutely terrible. Yeah, I think this is weak enough to bet fold. Yeah. And also has enough blockers to bet fold, so yeah. Okay, fold. Yeah, but let me know, guys. Let me know if you want to see this more, or how I'm playing some stuff. Okay, so here I think this is a nice spot for 3-bets. King, queen. I think this mostly wants to raise. And I don't know if it's 4-bets or just... this can probably bet or check, but they're fine. I'm going for check this time. Interesting. I block all the pairs. I block the flush. But I have a showdown value hand, so I think that's just a check call. Yeah. Now, I don't think you can bet this for value. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's good enough, but I think bluff catching is a little bit better there, right? I'm not sure. Wow, look at this hand. This is a beauty. Just a beauty. Yeah, I have a caller, and here on this board, I think you check a lot. So let's go ahead and check it. See what he does. I think betting is the standard here. I think I do want to just bet it most of the time. I think something like 7-5 could be fine here, right? Get some value from a flush draw, some shit like that. Some straight draw, pair with gut shot or something. I think this is not. Yeah, this is probably just a calling hand, hoping to hit a. Let's see. Here we have a very weak flush draw, and we do have future blockers. Can we get a better flush to fold if I raise? That's interesting. I think because our flush draw is so terrible, we can just go ahead and bet it here. Yeah, let's do that. Might be good enough to fold out a naked flush draw. Yes, nice. Yeah. Okay. Here, I think this is good enough to call here. Ace queen with a pair, single suited. And okay, just pots it straight away. Fold, I guess. King queen 9, single. Yeah. Quite enjoying the PLO so far. It's been really good. Should have done this earlier. I think here it's just this is just too weak. Especially with only 60 bigs. This is probably good enough for defend here. Check it. Not much going on. I think I'll check fold here. Three to that. Block a lot of stuff here. Could get a queen to fold. So yeah, let's go ahead and bet it here. Bets it, calls. I think I have to bet it myself. He seems pretty like a recreational player. So how much would you bet here again? 75, I guess. Yeah, that's correct. He's gonna have to pair straight a lot. So perfect. King queen 9, probably just good enough to open here, especially against this weaker player. So hope I don't get 3-bet by this. Well, probably gonna get 3-bet here. But he made it very small, so we're just gonna call and just assume this is a single way spot, right? Because he is very loose. Very, very, very loose. We got some future stuff, but this is not good enough, I think, even against a wide range. Yeah, okay, you got it, sir. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. It was close though, it was definitely close. This hand. It's gotta be a 3-bet or fold, I think. We cannot. Can we call this? I'm gonna go for a 3-bet here, I think. It might be too loose. Might be too loose. With the gut shot here, I'm gonna go ahead and bet call this one. And are there any weaker hands? Maybe I should have jammed it or something like this. Is there anything he's gonna fold here? Weaker flush draw that can bet on the turn. I think we just check it here. I think that's the best play. He's gonna bluff here always. Pretty easy jam, of course. He's gonna have a flush a lot. Yeah. And he just had a naked kings. All right, that is brave. I mean, might be all right, I guess, but it's a little bit loose. Definitely a little bit loose. Let's see. Wow, we got way too much stuff going on here to not bet this. I want to bet this a little bit bigger, I think. Get the stacks in on the... Because I now have a little bit more stack size. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I'm gonna sit out to the next big blind and call this. Future, not basically nothing, but futures trade draws, I guess. Backdoor straight draws. Check fold. I got no blockers. I got nothing on this board. Still not much going on. No blockers, nothing. He might still have a king. So we'll see. Okay, you got a jack over jack. Yes, exactly. So, by the way, a nice tip if you want to. Oh, this is interesting. I think I just folded here. It's not too much going on. But there's a button that you can do sit out to the next big blind instead of just global cash it out, which immediately sits you out. There is a button there. It's in settings. You have to look it up, and it has a shortcut, and you can just use the shortcut to get this going. So you basically get some free hands, which is always nice. It's a nice little tip for you. Check 9. It's gotta be a fold, I guess. Fold here, I think. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.